안녕하세요, 여러분. Howdy do, chicken booties. Your girl Ren is her, and I got my ring-a-ding-a light. That's always just sitting here waiting for me. Yeah, my hair is a little crazy, as you see. So, as y'all may have seen in my title, this is kind of like, oh, shoot, an update with life and things going on and some craziness that has happened. I actually can't see quite well right now, and that's part of what I'm talking about today. So, I will start the pill bottle you saw in my what is it called? Thumbnail is a new medicine that I was given for high blood pressure by the doctor. So I went to the two doctors' offices last week. I've been dealing with some like really bad issues, and I've been putting them off. Like I've been putting off going to the doctor. Please let me know if you can hear me. I've been putting off going to the doctor, so um, I've been feeling dizzy if I sit down, not even cross-legged. If I just sit on in a chair, stand up. Hey, I was feeling very dizzy and lightheaded, and I would, get some blurred vision here and there. It wasn't too bad until like I went home, like my eyes would start burning, and yeah, I just still the dizziness was there. But then when we came back to Korea, like it started getting worse to where it was blurred, like I couldn't see clearly out of either eye, and it comes in and out. So with that, I would get migraines on the right side of my head, and lately I've been having a lot of pressure. Feels like a ton of pressure pushing on the back of my head. So it's been quite uncomfortable. And so last week, I was washing my face in the bathroom, and I like washed my face and I opened my eyes, but everything is still black. So of course my body is like starts kind of like going into like this hyperventilation mode, which I'm like, hey, don't do that. That's worse. So I'm like, in the bathroom, and Lily's in the shower with me. So I'm also trying not to freak her out. But it took a good like 15 seconds for my sight to come back in. So like I had opened my eyes, and I'm like trying to open my eyes wider and wider, trying to see. And that was like last Thursday. So I told myself, hey, um, let me, not this past Thursday, the previous Thursday. So I told myself, you know what, stop putting this off, get your butt to the doctor. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go. So I went on Sunday. I like asked people, we have so many groups in Korea. Thank you, groups. So I asked in one of the women groups, where can I go for a doctor on the weekend? Is there something open? Like, this is too serious. I didn't want to go to an emergency room because they're so much more expensive. So thankfully, there's a Yonsei 365 clinic. Not the Yonsei pictured on the thumbnail. So there's a Yonsei 365 clinic, which is open year round every day, which is great, guys. And if y'all don't know, you should know. So I went to the branch in Hapjeong, which is not too far from where we live. And that doctor, he spoke like perfect English. The nurses didn't speak English at the desk, but I just spoke Korean to them. Thank goodness! Yay for learning Korean. So then I helped some guy from, he speaks Dutch. I don't remember where he's from, but he was there trying to get checked, and he didn't have an ARC card, just a passport. So I had to explain all this to the nurses, and he was very grateful for the assistance. So that made me feel good, because when you go to the doctor, you feel stressed, you feel like a little, you feel very concerned, especially with what's going on. I don't want to lose my eyesight, so I was really stressed. But being able to help someone else made me feel better, calm down more. And Lily was asleep in my arms, so that also, I didn't have to deal with her running around and screaming or something. So that helped keep me, calmer. And so the doctor there spoke perfect English, as I said. He asked me tons of questions. And then he says, "Oh, you have one kidney. Oh, maybe you had your kidney removed because you have a tumor." And I'm like, "No, homie, no, I don't have a tumor. Don't put that like into my life like that. No, my family is one. We believe that you don't speak those kind of negative things into existence. So yeah, I was like, no, not a tumor. And I said my kidney just failed. They said it was probably a birth defect. That doctor, but after I was supposed to get it repaired, and then the doctor decided to remove it. And my other doctors actually were shocked because they said he should have repaired it. And my doctors actually did call the hospital to get more information, and that doctor was gone. And it was only like a month after the surgery. So they thought it was really sketchy, and they said I should have filed a case against the hospital, but I did technically agree to the surgery. But you know, it already happened. So, I can't really put the kidney back. So, I just said, I'll just deal with it the way it is. So he said that. And then he asked me about other issues and things. So my blood pressure was elevated, and so he suggested the blood pressure medicine that he gave me. And then he said with my eyesight that it could be a tumor in my brain. And I'm just like, hey, dude, no, I don't think it's a tumor. Like I was like, why does he freaking keep saying this word? Like, I said, maybe it's a translation issue. Maybe he doesn't mean tumor. Maybe he means it's like a tumor, or maybe he means it's something else. Because I posted about this on my Facebook, and actually, my sister told me that she had a surgery back in 1998, and she had a spinal tap surgery, and she had similar symptoms that I'm having. And when I looked up what it was she had, that actually said it acts as a tumor. It like is a fake tumor. So I was like, oh, maybe this is what that guy meant and not an actual tumor, because I'm not claiming that, homie. I'm not claiming that in my life. So yeah, so left him. He said take the medicine for 30 days because I was also having chest pain, and my chest pain has not been as intense as it was. And so I've been taking it for almost a week. Today, Sunday, will be a week of taking it. So yeah, I've been feeling a little bit better in my chest, and like it was constant tightness and like uncomfortability and pain. And so it's been feeling better, thank goodness. And so I've also been walking, trying to take a walk at least every day. Usually around this time. Yes, I know it's late. It's like 12:45 a.m. But I finished teaching, like tutoring online, at midnight or 1 a.m. So Lily is usually still awake. So we take a walk for like 30 minutes to an hour, and then we come back and we shower and sleep. And we sleep so good after that. So he told me to go see the eye doctor and to see a neurologist. So he said, go to the eye doctor first, then see a neurologist. So Monday, I went to the eye doctor first, as he said, and I wanted to get Lily checked as well because she said she's seeing double. We get there and they're like, your daughter doesn't have health insurance. And I'm like, what, homie? What you say? So I was furious because one, we like rushed there and it was already like 5:20, and they were closing at 6 supposedly, but they were like, no, we actually don't take people after 5, but we will let you in since our doors were still open. I'm like, thank you. And they only spoke Korean there except for the main eye doctor. And he was really kind, but he was like, I'm really sorry. I'm gonna have to rush you because we had just had a meeting and we're supposed to be leaving. And I'm like, okay. I was like, I'm really sorry. I was like, do you want me to? He was like, no. He was like, he said you have like referral papers. It's probably serious. I'm like, yes, okay, thank you. So he did it. They did the exams and like the stuff that blows in your eye. Then they checked distance. They checked my sensitivity to light, and they were actually going to put me in another chair. And the doctor said, no, your photos are back. They're like, get her over here immediately. So I went over there, and he didn't, he didn't, I guess he didn't think I understood Korean, but he was like, get her over here immediately. Like, she needs to see this. And so I go over there, and I'm like, oh, he said that so like intensely. So I get there, and he's like, here, this is supposed to be normal, and this is not normal. This is very abnormal. So I'm going to write you a referral to go. You need to go to an ophthalmologist at a general hospital, a bigger hospital, and you need to see a neurologist. So I was like, okay, well, the other doctor was right. I probably need to see a neurologist. This one confirmed it. Need to see a neurologist. And now I have to go to an ophthalmologist at a bigger hospital. Guess what? All of that stuff that I did, all the testing stuff, only was $10. Thank you, Jesus. Because I was like, ooh, I was worried about that cost, because I'm like, they're doing all these tests, they go on fast, but they're doing a lot, and they taking images. So yeah, I was really nervous about that, but it worked out well. Actually, is my sound coming from here? My sound is coming from here, not from here. My mic. So left there, and Thursday we went to the Seoul Yonsei Severance Hospital, which is by Yonsei University. Is that what it's called? Yes, thank you. I went to that university, guys, and I can't even think right now. So we go there, and they send me. They were like, the guy was like, "What do you need?" I was like, "I have these papers." He's like, "Go to the international clinic." I'm like, okay, and I'm thinking like it was like in Wonju. In Wonju, our international like service is just one person who translates everything for you for the doctor. So I was thinking it's like that. Yo, no. So this Yonsei place in Sinchon, this hospital, Severance, is legit. They have a whole international care center. Like if you see that picture in my thumbnail, it is a whole center. Um, and so I walk up, and of course, because of coronavirus, they checked our temperature and stuff before, like when we first walked into the hospital, and we had to fill out a paper, like if we had coughs, if we've been overseas for in the past 14 days, all that stuff. And since we just got tested the previous Thursday, I told them that and showed them my text message that we were negative, so they wrote it on the paper, and we did that, and then we were checked. Our temperature was checked again at the International Center desk. And so I showed her the papers. She went to go ask the nurse about it, and then she let me in the doors after talking to them. So that lady at the desk, she tried to get me in that day because she was like, I feel like it's really important that you get in now. I'm going to have to call the doctors, try to get you in. The great news about that is that they have an ophthalmologist that does ophthalmology and neurology together. So I guess ophthalmology, something like that. Excuse me, I had a burp. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know where my mic really is. I'm really sure it's there, but yeah, so she ophthalmology and neurology, but they only do appointments on Thursday. Thankfully, they were able to get me in this next Thursday. I'm going to be like the first one in the morning at like 8:45 a.m. They told me I cannot drive because of the test they may do on my eyes, and she said I have to bring my papers so they can charge the national insurance, which I thought was weird because I'm like, why do I need these papers to charge national insurance when that's like the Korean government insurance? So I don't know why that is, because I've gone to Yonsei Severance Hospital in my town before, and I know like their test, how much like around the test would cost, because I did CT there. I stayed in the emergency room for like 17 hours in Wanju, and yeah, I paid like $89 or $90 like one time, and then the other time I think I paid like 120, and they did like a bunch of tests on me. So I don't know like why they brought that up, because I'm like, I know they take insurance, like the national insurance, but I'm not sure how much eye stuff is covered, or how much this stuff is covered. And I'm like, now I'm thinking like, should I go ahead and try to get a private insurance before I go there, or not? So I'm not sure, but I'm going to talk to one of my friends and see about it before Thursday. So the other thing that happened is a little story time. So Lily and I went to Daiso yesterday, and there was this like wild man who was there. So we walk in, and I'm very big about looking out, like looking at our surroundings and making sure. Actually, it wasn't yesterday; it was Friday evening, and I pay attention to my surroundings because I'm always worried that Lily's going to run off, somebody's going to kidnap her. These things happen, guys. Sex trafficking, child trafficking, all these things are real. So I don't play about that. Lily loves to run off in Daiso and stuff, because she knows it's very familiar to her. Um, and she just plays. She's a kid. So I'm looking around, and I see, like, when we walked in, I see this guy. He already was doing weird stuff in there, and like the workers seemed like they were trying to get back from him. So, we're in there, and I was like, Lily, come here, Lily. And I started doing a countdown. So I do a countdown for her. I'm like, 5, 4, 3, and then I see the guy staring at me, and Lily comes over by me, and I was like, "Oh, thank you, Lily." I was like, "Stay by mommy," and then we start walking, and the guy's like, he was like messing with the like M&Ms and stuff, like digging through them, and he was like, it looked like he was like reorganizing them or something, and I was like, what the heck is he doing? And then he just starts mouthing off, and he's like, oh, stupid way, Guggen, blah, 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 like in Korean. And he was like, oh, so dumb, blah, blah, blah. And I, and I was just like, excuse me, what did you say? And he was like, "Takjo," which means like shut up. And I was like, no. I said, don't say that. And I was like, I was like, I was like, Marijima. What I mean, I said it more polite, but I said Marijima seo, and he was like, no, shut up. And I was like, wow, dude. And he was like, then he like went off, and he was like, she, blah 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 blah. Like that's a like bad word in Korean. I don't curse, so yeah, he was saying explicit, and Lily is by me, so Lily speaks Korean. Lily understands Korean. I don't think she knows any of the bad words. But like his aggressiveness and stuff was enough to where I'm like concerned, like for Lily. And I was like, you're not gonna say that. He was like, oh, oh, she's not Korean. You're foreigner. You're not Korean. Blah blah blah. I said, sir, my daughter is Korean. I said, so you don't speak to me. And he was like, no, you're way Guggen, way Guggen. I said, no. I was like, no. And I was like, I was just like, get out of here, get out. And I was yelling. I mean, I was yelling back at him because I'm not going to let you talk crazy to me and talk about, talk crazy to me, talk crazy about my daughter, talk crazy about other foreigners. Like, what did I do to deserve that? Nothing. And I think he started saying stuff because he thought I wouldn't understand. But I see he's staring at me, and I see he's saying, like, I heard him start saying crazy stuff. So the thing is that there's other foreigners in Daiso. Of course, we're in Itaewon. There's foreigners everywhere. So there's like two guys by the door, and they're like, what's going on? And then there's a black lady further down with her daughter, and then there's two younger Korean couple, and they're all just staring and watching. And I'm just like, really? And the Daiso staff was just like, hey, stop it, stop, you need to leave, you need to leave. He was like, no, da, 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 da. Like, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna call the police. Like, and I was like, get out, I'm gonna call the police. He's like, no, blah 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 blah. And I was like, no. And the other lady was like, "Oh, please calm down, please calm down." I was like, "Oh," like I was so frustrated, and they got him out. Like these other foreign guys like got him out, like helped get him out of the store because the other workers were all women, and sometimes like some men like they do not listen to women of authority, even though they're authoritative figures or owners of a business or anything. They think they can just run over them, and so like they were telling him to leave and he really wasn't listening. And these other foreign guys who were taller than him and bigger than him were like, "Hey, get out. You need to leave. You should leave." And they opened the door for him and he left. And I mean, like I was just so upset. And a lady, one of the Daiso ladies, who we kind of built rapport with like two of them because I talked with one and I was like, "Oh, we're new and stuff," because Lily was asking her questions. So building that rapport with people in your town, I think, is very important. Um, because they'll have your back in situations like this. And I've always had some I feel like some situation comes up to where I need either assistance or, something wild. I mean, I haven't dealt with this type of like aggression towards myself or Lily in a like ever really in Korea. My friend has dealt with it and I've been there with her, and that was 2013. So it's like, this 7 year period of grace, to where I didn't have to hear those things or deal with those things personally, which has been nice. I wish everyone would not have to deal with these kind of things. It would be a great world if people just learn to love each other and, not treat them differently for, whatever, whatever. I guess he was upset we're speaking English. Um, but uh, I felt really thankful to the Daiso woman because she was like, "Oh my gosh, what's wrong? What's wrong?" And I told her, I was like, "Some guy, 모르는 사람, 이상한 말 했어요." And he was like, she was like, "What? Where is he? Where is he?" So what I said was like, "Oh, there was a guy I didn't know. He's saying strange things. He's saying my daughter isn't Korean. She is Korean." And I was like, "I'm just really upset." And she's like, "Where is he? Where is he?" And she's like walking to the door with me. I'm like, "I don't know. He was over here." And she's like, "I don't see him. I don't see him. Is he gone?" And they were like, "Yes, yes." So she was like, "Okay, it's okay. It's okay." And she's like, "Are you okay? Is your daughter okay?" I was like, "Yes, thank you." And I felt really thankful to her because she was just like, "He doesn't work here, so don't worry. You can always come back. Don't worry about it." And then I was really thankful to the black lady who was also in there with her daughter because like even though she was like watching, she was like like I kept glancing at her. She was watching, making sure everything was okay. Because they actually couldn't see the guy at that point because he was around a corner, like around this like post by the registers at that moment, and they're on the other side by the snacks. So she was like, "Is everything okay?" I was like, "Yes, I'm just really upset. This guy is saying my daughter's not Korean, she's half Korean, and he's talking just bad mouthing us and just saying wild things and cursing and everything." And she was like, "Yeah," she was like, "I'm really proud of you because she was like, I can't speak Korean, so if someone did that to my daughter, like I can't defend myself or my child." And she was like, "I'm really impressed with you." And I was like, "Thank you so much." Like I felt like crying in that moment, but I told myself like, "Hey, you should be proud of yourself," like because I've gotten to a point in my Korean studies to where I can understand what they're saying, and I don't want to ever allow someone to badmouth my child, especially my child, this thing I birthed and have raised, by myself. Like I'm not gonna allow someone to badmouth my child in front of me. Like no. And no way. So, that was one of the other reasons why I put so much into studying and learning Korean. And I took 3 years of my life to freaking do this program so that we can live here comfortably and that I can, defend her and, hopefully later building my vocabulary and my speaking skills so I can finally go to court for her and fight for her Korean citizenship against her father who has vanished. So, I have these goals, and people don't know my life, and people just assume these things. And I've seen some very ambiguous Facebook posts from people who are supposedly supposed to be on my side, saying weird things, about, oh, I feel badly for this child, or, I see this person, and they don't say it's me, but I'm pretty sure they're talking about me, because it's usually after I post something or after I do a live video on my Facebook, they want to say something. And it's like, if you got something to say it to me, and don't just, be over there. Like, why are you going to post it on your page where I can see it instead of just asking me, is everything okay? Like, that's dumb. And like, that makes no sense to me. Also, um, these people aren't parents, so they don't know how things go. They may see something and think it should be some way or another way. And if you're not a parent, you don't really know until you become a parent. And even then, parent groups suck, man. If y'all become parents, don't join parent groups. Most of them are trash, and the people are jerks, and they are so cruel to each other in those groups. And I'm just like, why? If somebody wants to stop breastfeeding because it's hurting them, then they should stop. Like, they shouldn't be dealing with pain. This is why formula was made, and not every woman can breastfeed. Like, some women's body literally do not produce enough milk, and they are crying over it, and people are telling them, oh no, you should just take this tea, it will help your milk. Oh no, you should just do this. And they're like, I literally tried all those things. Oh, you should do a breast massage, blah blah blah. And these people are literally stressing out these new mothers, telling them all these things they should be doing that they've already tried that don't work, and making them feel like failures as parents. And I'm not okay with that. I've never been okay with that. And I'm not going to ever be okay with that kind of crap. And, I'm never going to be okay with somebody who's sitting there and, inadvertently talking about me behind my back. That's really what they're doing. So, if that person sees this, you just go ahead and hop off my mess and stop looking at me. Stop following me. Just don't look at me. Like, don't look at me. Don't look at what I'm doing. If you got such a problem with my life and how I'm raising my child, like, it's not your business. It's not your business. Y'all gotta remember, I am from Dallas, Texas. Like, that's where I grew up. But I was born in Miami, Florida. My family is very different from those of Dallas, Texas. And, I try to be as polite as possible. I try to be as nice as possible. But, some people lately have got me wanting to pop off. And, I could turn Cardi on some of y'all. Like, I can turn Cardi. And I don't want to turn Cardi, but some of y'all are really trying to push me to be Cardi out here in these K streets. And, I'm trying my best to keep my Christian ways. Uh, to keep my Christian ways, but you know, some people they don't uh they don't want to, they don't want to let you be great. They don't want to let you be great in your own ways. And to that I say, get off me, get off my money, stop worrying about my business. Don't worry about my business. Like, seriously, like, I'm hustling, guys. I'm hustling in the online realm. I work from home now. Like, I don't really go many places. I just do a home hustle. I say, as long as I can pay my bills, feed my baby, I'm straight. Like, I don't need nothing else. And people, I'm saving up money. I got money in stocks. Y'all think I'm over here just chilling up in my house, not working, not feeding my baby? Y'all crazy. Like, people crazy to think that. I think this child is going through a growth spurt, though, because she wanted to eat like 6 times in the last 3 hours. And I'm like, homie, you just had jajang noodles. You just had tang suyuk. You just had rice and kim. Like, what you want? Like, what you want? You need breast milk again, baby. Like, what you need? And I literally stopped my classes. Y'all think, some people out there in the world think I'm not taking care of my baby, but I literally will ask my students, like, please wait. Yes, child. Oh, you need this? Okay, come here. Mommy will open it for you. Mommy will do this for you. So don't play with me, please, Lord. But anyways, on a happier note, in the next few months, once the lovely Korea finally decides to open up their mailboxes to the world again, let's hope in a few months, I will be giving out one of my lovely ATs. It's this way. One of my lovely ATs albums, and I will also be giving out something I'm picking up tomorrow, which is Vix's Kin's um, first single. Is that what it is? I don't remember. First single. I'm picking that up tomorrow. They do not have photo cards in them, but they do have, these these types. They don't have like the individual photo cards because, that's what the person got and wanted. So I'll be giving away these things. And this does have like stickers in it as well. AT stickers, you see. I'm not sure if I'm going to give away the black one or the white one. Maybe I'll ask the winner what they want. Actually, in this one, there is actually a photo card, but it's a group one. And they have like some little a secretive message, which I did talk about in the other one. And they have nice little photo book. So if that is of interest to you, it is here. But guys, please don't make me go Cardi. Please don't. Like, I'm trying my best not to go that route. But some of you are really pushing some buttons and getting on my nerves. Some of the people in the real world over here in K-Land. And, I'm not going to stand for it. I'm not going to be, pushed around and bullied on that side. But anyway, for the most part, I have great friends. Let me say that the real friends are great. There are people, who are wonderful out here in the world, especially the YouTuber friends. Let me just say, my YouTuber friends, these people are legit. Y'all need to go watch it. Like this person right here, tastes so good. Man, that channel is bumping. I need to get on there and eat some goodness with them. And then, Alex Seagrass, Guy Seti, Hugh, what is his channel called? My Korean Husband, Megan Bowen, all of them. Like, they are so legit and they are so kind. They're so sweet. They are awesome. Actually, we just did something with someone else. We recorded a video with someone else Sunday. That should be coming out soon, and I'll let you guys know. And then the previous Sunday, we also did a video with DNG, something. Oh my gosh, I forgot their channel name. I'm so sorry. But anyways, I'll put all that somewhere, sometime later in the future, eventually. That's what it is. I need to go get my walk on with baby girl. It's already 1:09 a.m. and this was longer than I expected. But I got crunk. I'm sorry. But I will see you on the flip side. I love you guys. Peace, love, and kimchi. Don't make me be Cardi. I'm going to beat somebody down. No, I'm just kidding.